The COP28 officially acknowledged that the fossil fuel are the root cause of climate change.
So I think one of the strategic outcomes and wins was for the first time in 28 years, most of the countries agreed to move away from fossil fuels.
There was a pledge of $792 million to support the Loss and Damage Fund. COP28 acknowledged fossil fuels as the primary cause of climate change and had a global commitment to phase them down. There was a pledge of $792 million to support the Loss and Damage Fund. This was some progress, but of course, it falls short of what is needed. According to the UN Environment Programme, adaptation costs in developing countries alone could reach as high as $300 billion by 2030. So there's a lot more that needs to be done. But there was, at the very least, a step forward and a clear acknowledgement for ongoing substantial investment and further commitments.
The COP28 officially acknowledged that the fossil fuel are the root cause of climate change. And then they agree for a phase down of the same way. Of that same was a big step that I wanted to mention. And then also the second was that it also emphasized that there were a loss and damage found of about 792 million USD, but it comes short of the amount of climate finance that needed for the loss and damage to show some kind of progress.
So I think one of the strategic outcomes and wins was for the first time in 28 years, most of the countries agreed to move away from fossil fuels. But I think the fact that it took us 28 years to get to this consensus highlights some of the points and the struggles that we have when we convene at an international level. But I think it is important. The fact that there was some debate about moving away completely or phasing out. However, from an African perspective, especially a country like South Africa that relies so much on fossil fuels for power generation, it is important to understand that it's very difficult for us to just move completely away, and that a more just transition would be required. And I think that was really important, a takeaway from that.